welcome to Moving Between the Lines. I'm Jack George, and this is my YouTube channel. Today, we're talking about Mackenzie Hawkesby, the importance of her to Sydney FC, her role, and everything around that, so enjoy. So, this is how Sydney usually line up. So they're playing this 4-3-3, where they have this 4 at the back, they have 1-6, which is Sarah Hunter or Taylor Ray, and then they have these two kind of advanced 8s. So Mackenzie Hawkesby's on the left, so if you look at her touch map from the season, she's skewed to the left in terms of her touches, so she loves getting to these half spaces around here, and I guess if the team's playing a 4-3-3, it draws out the 6, which helps. So, and then she has a Beanie alongside her, so they've got really good combination play where a Beanie plays it to a Beanie and she can make that run in behind that I usually, this takes forever, sorry, that run in behind. And then on the right they have Rachel Lowe, who's I guess a little bit more wants to sit in possession and help build up play slowly, whereas Hawkesby really suits Sydney's system of I guess like the territorial dominance of like direct passing. So one of Hawkesby's strengths is just her confidence and capability on the ball. So when Sydney are building up, they're quite direct, but they also look to settle in possession at times. So she's really good at kind of offering, like I said, in this 4-3-3, both of all three midfielders are very capable on the ball, but the two more advanced and particularly are really good at offering from, I guess, like these half space positions to help advance the ball quickly. So she's really good at like just kind of coming here, finding this little pocket. You can see 1, 2, 3, and she's just in between them, because if this 6 comes all the way over here, Rojas can come into this space and then a long ball can be played, so like, or Rachel Lowe can move up as well. So she's really good at just finding these like little pockets of space in between players and just offering. And then once she gets the ball, maybe play it back, and receive it again. And then in Sydney, they play like almost like most teams do this, but Sydney also do it. And I'm going to talk about it. They play like this territorial dominance kind of style where like it works based on like kind of this counter pressing system where they kind of they play direct. It's like I said, it's not a direct system, but they play like these long balls forwards or like these low probability passes forwards where if they work. So here I'll show you if Hawkesby plays this ball to a Beanie over here, and through like this ball through, and the Beanie's already making that run, then she could receive the ball through and goal. Sometimes it won't work, but then look what happens. So the right back has the ball here, a Beanie can come over here, the centre back has to offer, and Rojas can counter press here. Satchel can also come inside to help, and Hawkesby's really, really good at orchestrating this counter press by marking her player and kind of directing while she's doing so. So like if the ball then tries to go into her, she will usually win a tackle, but say it goes back to the centre back, she's really good at then making the next call. Like if she drops off like here, then most of her teammates might drop off too, but if she continues to press and kind of goes into this position, then Satchel will be like, I want to come here, and like it just makes it really hard for them to play out, because all of a sudden the opposition, it makes it hard to play out because they've just been counter-pressed really well. So Hawkesby will talk about her goals and assists later, but I think that something that goes unnoticed is her confidence and capability in progressing the ball from build-up. And so I interviewed Mackenzie Hawkesby, actually. I had the pleasure of interviewing her, and something she spoke about a lot was like this third-person run she makes into the box, which I think she's almost perfected now. So what a third-person run is, say Satchel has the ball wide, and it would be, actually I'm going to do Vine because it's more frequent with Vine, because Vine's played more. So Vine plays a 1-2 with Rojas and ends up in behind, and this is where Vine, and so all of a sudden the defense is focused on Vine because she's an amazing dribbler, not letting her reach the byline, which she probably will anyway. And so you see all these players come in, and what Hawkesby does is she times it really, really well. So say, Rojas would be here, so say now Vine reaches the byline with a good piece of skill, and the timing of the run is so important, and it's something Hawkesby has either really worked on or just knows really well. I think it's something she knows really well because she's always been doing it, but so then she just makes this run. It's really hard to show on this small screen, but makes this run and she'll maybe be followed, but she's kind of waiting. The pass comes in and she executes the timing of the run perfectly. That's a really bad example of a third person run, but it's more like, so it's like the focus is around two players and build up, and then she provides that third option steaming into the box and scores off it. And another thing she does really well, and she works really well with the front three in this, and in Sydney's system, they always want to get their wingers isolated with the fullbacks to create those 1v1 situations, and so it relies heavily on crosses, and she's really good at just the positioning on crosses. But what she's also good at is, so if one of her goals against Perth came from like this. It was like yet again a low probability shot from Remy Simpson, was parried away by the keeper. And if you watch the goal back, she's actually already moved for a rebound before the shot's even been taken. So she has that kind of telepathic understanding with the front three, which is really interesting to watch. So if Rojas takes his shot and it rebounds, yet again, it's really hard to show on a small screen. But Hawkesby is already making a movement towards the ball in hope of a rebound, and that's like a striker's instinct. Like, it's not, but like, you know, a striker's instinct. So I'm contradicting myself, but essentially, like, that intelligence is really, really important to the way Sydney play, because a lot of their goals come off cutbacks, come off second balls within the box, capitalising on those opportunities and counter-pressing while their opposition is kind of relaxing on, we've just won the ball. And Hawkesby's really good at just staying on top in terms of that sense, like, of when they have the ball, when they don't have the ball, it's all very front foot. Like, it's quite like the low probability passes, which she can execute with her technique, and then in pressing, it's always on the front foot, because Sydney, they just always play on the front foot, and it works really well. So there you go. Mackenzie Hawkesby. I did an interview with her, like I said, on Kick 360. So check that out if you have the time. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks. Bye.